सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Hari Om. In this fourth video on Hinduism or Sanatana Dharma, I will be trying to focus on the third aspect, which is the commandments. In our scriptures, from the Vedic literature, we have various sets of commandments. I'll just pick one for example, which gives us a very precise outlook as to how one should live a Hindu way of life. So as to say that it is, how does one become a practicing Hindu? So that has been given in the 11th section, which is the last section of the first chapter of Taittiriya Upanishad. This Upanishad is with the model of a teacher trying to teach a student, and after the student has learnt, at the end the student is being given a convocation ceremony, graduation ceremony, Snataka Mahotsava. In this Snataka Mahotsava, the final parting message is beautifully given, and this can be understood as code of conduct. What are they? Satyam vada, dharmam chara, swadhyayaan ma pramadah, acharyaya priyam dhanamahritya prajatantum ma vyavachhetsi, satyanna pramaditavyam, dharmanna pramaditavyam, kushalanna pramaditavyam, bhutyaina pramaditavyam, swadhyayan pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. So here the message given at the convocation ceremony, the first thing he says, the Guru says, Satyam vada, and again the pronunciation has to be correct. It is not Satyam Vadha, it is Satyam Vada. Speak truth always, in any circumstances, however difficult it may be. Always stand by truth. It is not about how you win in the world outside, but it is how you face yourself inside. If we cannot face ourselves inside, it is not worth living outside. And that integrity within, Satyam, truthfulness, that alone helps us stand. Satyam Vada. Now each one of these can be discussed in as a dialogue for discussion, but I am just giving the word meanings of these commandments. So I will not be dwelling deeper in each one of these. Dharmam chara. Dharma. Dharma is of various interpretations, but here we would understand dharma to be the duties, responsibilities and obligations. Now what is the responsibility? Ability to respond to any circumstances or situation that unfold in our lives to the best that which the situation is demanding out of us, to give not just our best, but whatever the best that the situation is demanding is called dharmam chara. Again we can talk dharma in large detail, saying that this dharma can be described as, the vyavaharika dharma, then sharira dharma, mano dharma, buddhi dharma, and then the highest is swadharma, knowing one's own true nature. The next he says, swadhyayaan ma pramadah. Always study and keep yourself abreast with the knowledge, because knowledge is the key to freedom. Swadhyaya, study one's own self. Study with a selfless attitude. Study with your interactions with the world outside so that you can perfect yourself from what you were earlier. Swadhyayan ma pramadah. After you have established yourself in the field of activity and you have stood on your own feet and you have started making and earning a living for yourself, such person comes back to the Gurukula to patronize, to support the cause of education, the cause of knowledge. Satyanna pramaditavyam. Never leave the path of truth. Dharmanna pramaditavyam. Never neglect duties, responsibilities and obligations. Kushalanna pramaditavyam. Never overlook your own welfare. Bhutyaina pramaditavyam. You can support and be the firm cause for the entire world around you only when you have taken care of yourself. So never neglect. Bhutyaina pramaditavyam. Never neglect your prosperity. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. Do not neglect the study of your own Vedas and live accordingly. After having said this, he says, to all our ancestors who have given us this knowledge, this beautiful, all integrating sacred knowledge, it is our responsibility to show our gratitude. Deva Pitrakaryabhyam na pramaditavyam. Never swerve from the duties towards gods and to our ancestors. Matradevo bhava. Verily, mother is God incarnate. Pitrudevo bhava. Father is God incarnate. Treat them respectfully. Acharya devo bhava. Your teacher, your preceptor is the one who leads you from darkness to light, from ignorance to knowledge. Surrender completely. Atithi devo bhava. Tithi means date. Atithi means the one who has dropped in, the one who has walked into your house unannounced. Do not feel frustrated, but treat them as guests. Treat them as God who has come in that form. Serve them with utmost respect. So these, then the Guru continues in this particular commandment. He says, whatever is the job that you have taken as your responsibility, whatever is the work, the field that you have chosen, involve yourself completely in it so that you can support yourself, your family, your elders, your society and your culture. This is called sucharitani, virtuous actions to be done by you. Ye kechasmachreyagam so brahmanaha. Make sure that you always keep company of learned, experienced people. In the Yaksha Prashna, Yaksha asks Yudhishthira, hey Yudhishthira, what is the best way to grow wise? Growing old is inevitable, but growing wise is a choice. How do you grow wise? Yudhishthira's answer is very beautiful. He says, Vruddha sevaya. By serving the knowledgeable and experienced ones alone, we can get knowledge. And then he says, now that you have looked after your prosperity, come back to the society and support the society for the cause of right. Shraddhaya deyam. When you do support, give it with Shraddha, faith. Ashraddhaya adeyam. Do not give with a very arrogant attitude. Shriyadheyam, hriyadeyam, bhiyadeyam. Give, give in plenty, give with modesty, and give with empathy, give with sympathy. Samvidadeyam. Give according to the instructions given by the scriptures. if atha yadi te karma vichikitsya syat, if we ever have a doubt as to what is to be done, what is the right path, what is the easy path, what is to be not done, in all these confusing environments, it is advisable that you take shelter, you take refuge in those who have been experienced in that particular field and those who know the experience of being in that field. Approach them with humility and with respect, ask them the path guidance. Let me share one of my principles, that in life there should be at least one person that we listen to with complete faith, wherein we do not question, argue, and that person you can choose, whoever it may be, he or she. That person whom you trust with your life, so that in case of doubt, it is that person who can guide us faithfully to a path of betterment. Now, having said this, the Guru says, Esha adeshaha, Esha upadeshaha. This is an instruction, commandment. Esha upadeshaha. This is also a message, and this is to be followed. Anushasanam. This should be observed strictly. Now, when we go deeper into each one of these, we can probably keep discussing on this particular part of the commandments in much more detail, but I think I have given a certain distinct idea as to what these commandments are. So, in our next video, we will be seeing the concept of prophet or a guru. Until then, Hari Om.